Welcome to the Australian Lacrosse Network in this Women's Division 2 Championship game between Victoria A and South Australia A. My name is Shandell Oliver here at the East Fremantle Lacrosse Club, and joining me on the commentary is Peter Greenhalgh.
G'day, Shandell. Geez, we've got some big games coming up today.
And this one will absolutely not disappoint Vic A to get the first possession of the game. Ball picked up by Lamb, just trying to make her way down to the offense for Vic, but seems to be kind of slowed down with some great South Australian defence as Victoria want to get that first possession. Ball in the stick of Emily. Emily now decides to drive and then just pull that ball out, looking for an opportunity and an option. Find support there in Dylan. Dylan just carrying the ball down through X. No one's really coming to her, looking to beat her defender. One more pass. I think that's Sakal. Sakal takes the shot, wasn't able to convert. Ball on the ground to be won. Picked up there by Mackenzie Smith. Ball still on the ground to be won. Mackenzie Smith able to collect it on that second effort. And just going to run and carry. Ball now in the cross of Lively. Lively wants to go. Too much Victorian defence in front of her. Penalty on the play. She is going to see a shot at the 11, I think.
Yep, looks like it. She'll be going to try and get the ball past Anushka Kartik, whose family's watching in India.
Wow.
So, shout out to Anushka's family in India.
That is so cool. And decides not to shoot. Little fake pump fake there from the number 11. Morton, another famous lacrosse name in South Australia.
Nigel's daughter.
Passes it off. One more. Lively with the ball.
Good knockdown there by number 32, Lara Ferranda.
Ball just going to make its way around the horn. Just trying to get into a good offensive set here. South Australia, they're not in a rush. Got a full game ahead of them. I believe that's Loveland with the ball. Now swings through X on the right side. Righty's cutting. Sorry, lefty's cutting. Righty wants to go inside. Gets inside underneath. And that is a goal from Mia Morton.
I think it was actually Scutchings, but she's
was
been
it?
called in the crease. Oh, no, they're doing a stick check. The old stick check. We've actually had a couple of goals disallowed from the stick check this week.
Yeah, it's a tough on the play. I know you are correct. That is number 14, Lara Scutchings. Looks like that goal is all clear. Nothing to worry about.
I know Tammy Varga from South Australia, they've had a number of sessions where they've said, right, line your sticks up. And Tammy went and checked them all before they left for the tournament. And even though Ruby Carter had one disallowed, and she's from South Australia, so maybe she didn't get that one checked.
Ball is drawn high to the far side of the field, going to be picked up by South Australia. And just carried down into the offense. Just sorry, again, if we are saying the wrong names, just because those numbers are a little bit hard to read on those SO jerseys. Cutter inside. That is Morton this time. Gives it across to Scutchings. Looks like those two are really going to be in control a lot of this offense from the 2 minutes of play that I've seen so far. Making a lot of early predictions. Ball now deep in the back pocket. Player trying to drive from the top. Here goes Morton again. Got help and support to her right. Decides to use it. Ball's flung out of the stick there. I think it's Hyman. I don't know if that's an 8 or a 0.
Sophie Lively, that one.
Oh, completely wrong.
Yeah, sorry, Shandell. Just being South Australian myself,
No,
I'm
of
familiar
course.
with a lot of these girls.
I'm glad you corrected me because I want to get the names right. Like
Yeah.
I said, it's just hard to read with the numbers at a distance. Ball now in the corner with Mackenzie Smith. No, is it Mackenzie Smith? Looks like a number 1.
No, you were right the first time.
Oh,
She's from the Glenelg Lacrosse Club, does a great job.
flag on the play. Scutching's going to line up at the 11 metre. It's a penalty for a push. She's probably going to get the second hash, I'd say. No, maybe closer to centre.
Got a good view of this shot here, Shandell, as Scutchings lines up.
Just waiting for that whistle. There it is now. Runs in, takes the shot, and that's the second for the day for South Australia and also for Scutchings. What do you got for me, Pete?
Yeah, not too much to start off with. Really, it's all South Australia at the moment. Victoria had a great shot down this end with Sakal just hitting the top bar.
Yeah.
Maggie Ellerman putting herself in the right spot to make it as difficult as possible. So, yep, just the 2 goals for South Australia, and Scutchings are now moving to the middle. So she's had a big impact on this game already.
Yeah, I think Vic A really want to start getting some possession out of this draw. I have seen Sakal play in a few tournaments now. I'm really impressed by her.
Yeah, me too.
Ball on the ground to be won. No one picking it up as yet. Now Victoria going to get that possession. Ball comes out through the stick of Dylan. Gives it one more across to Ferranda. Takes a shot. Great save by the keeper. Ball now going to transition through the stick of Hyman. Hyham, sorry. Hyham just going to run that ball down. She's got help ahead of her and to her right. Gives it down to Allen. And ball now with Morton. Morton passes it off to Loveland. Loveland looking for someone inside. There was a nice cut there by Gower, but wasn't honoured. Scutchings with the ball now, and this is a dangerous player. Look at the way she controls the stick with her body. And just adjusts the hands and bumps the ball on. Ball now still in the back corner. SAA certainly in no rush here on this great cut through the middle, though, by Loveland. And again, starting to move on the drive now. Great defensive pressure from Victoria. Ball on the ground to be won, picked up by Scutchings. And a good defence there on Scutchings, just trying to slow her down. Pulls it out and starts to move the ball around. Back at Loveland, at X. Being met at the defensive line there with Bowstrom. And penalty on the play.
So we talk about the centre draw possession. Vic A with 2 possessions from centre draw. South Australia with 1.
Yeah, interesting.
Ellerman with 2 saves.
And lining up at the 11 metre. She's going to run this in. And they're off the whistle now. Loveland goes. And a bounce shot. She's taken a little bit of contact on the way down, but no harm, no foul. That goal is all clear for South Australia A, and that is the number 8, Loveland.
Yeah, great work by Charlize Loveland to wear that pressure. Got the shot away nicely. Yeah, just getting one a bit late from I think it's Carroll come off the bottom corner. So really trying to put some intense pressure on Vic A, and at 3 goals down, they need to do that for sure.
Back at the draw now.
Olivia Allen taking this one for South Australia. She's from, she plays State League for the North Eagles down in Adelaide.
Awesome. She was going up against Toko Shibuna, and ball has gone the way of South Australia off that draw. Just going to pump it long. That could be a skill error. I'm not sure if she's going to keep it in play. Yes, happens to stay in play.
Must have tiptoed the line there.
Oh, no, unlucky there for
Mackenzie
Mackenzie Smith. And ball now going to transition through the stick there of Van Noonan. Good pace on her. Comfortable carrying the ball in the left. Looking for an option. No one at X for her to help her out there. The player just pops back there now. Emily gives it off to Emily. Emily looking for an opportunity. She's a lefty and she wants to go left. Tries to go top side, not on. Looking for one more option. Got Shibuna with the ball now. Gives it across there to Persinger. Nice ball movement. Ava Kay with the ball now at the top. She's being watched by Chambers. Ball still in the stick here of Emily. Emily wants to drive, trying to go top side. 3 defenders crash to her. Ball on the ground to be won. Picked up there by Brand. Brand wants to drive X now. Scutching's defending her. And a slide available if she wants to use it. Shabuna needs to do something. Little flip past the Shabuna. Brand slips out and a good save again from the South Australian keeper. That's Ellerman.
Ellerman's had a great couple of tournaments in under 15s and really good to see her stepping up to this under 18 age group.
Yeah, Jamie Gower carrying the ball into offense now for South Australia. Just moves the ball through X. Mackenzie Smith just sitting back there comfortably, looking for an opportunity. Decides to drive. Good slide coming from Victoria. Trying to get inside still. There's a flag on the play. She's going to slow that down, which we'll see a whistle. And she'll line up on the 15. There's a yellow card being awarded to Shabuna. So South Australia A with an extra woman opportunity or a power play here.
So the 3v4 match behind us, Shendell.
Yep.
Victoria 14, Waikato 8. So Victoria finishing third in that group.
Great job, Victoria. Unlucky to Waikato, but again, thanks for being here.
Anushka Kartik with a good save.
Yeah, just stepped out to that one. Low save in the stick and a really nice way to start feeling confident in this game. You can just see the coaches directing that they want the feed to go to the non-bench side. She's just running around. She's being chased. A little bit of cat and mouse with Morton. Ball on the ground. Power whistle has gone. Referee on the far side has seen something. Ball's going to go the way of Vic A. And going to start in the stick there of Persinger.
Be great to see Vic A come and have some settled offense and finish with a goal.
Yeah,
just to get one back.
Real vertical carry there by Persinger, protecting that stick. And you can hear people, bench asking for Avocado to pick there. Player in the middle wants to go. That's Persinger again with the ball. Gives it off to the top. Emily now. Emily trying to drive. Not on. Got a player moving through X now to pop out the back. And a little bump across there to Brand. Brand gives it one more to K. Now ball just swinging through X. Rosal.
Oh.
And a check, no penalty. One more pass, not on. And all over her body.
Good little play there by Vic A. Great work with Ava Kay and Rosso there, just trying to get one away.
Yep. Zhang got that penalty, just being a little bit too much on top there of Emily. Emily going to run this in. She's in her left hand. Steps down, takes the shot, hits the stick of a defender.
Yeah, great defence by South Australia.
Yeah, backed up though. Loveland got a piece of it, but backed up by Victoria. Ball now in the stick of Rosal. Yeah, I hope I'm saying that one right. Rosso, maybe. And back with Rosso. Ball now at the top. Ava Kay carrying that one. Nice little fake. Gives it across to Carol. Carol wants to go. Shoots. They've got a lot of lefties in this Vic A team. Yeah. There's so many lefties. Just looking at where the shots are coming from and what hand they're holding the stick in.
That's Ellerman's fourth save, so she's doing a great job in the cage for SA.
And look at her, very confident in directing traffic too. Hyam, she's wanting Hyam to kind of cut away. I think Vic A are going to have to probably force this outlet because Ellerman seems really comfortable holding, and I think until they put pressure on and release someone, they're just going to keep holding off. But there it is. There's the clear there to Morton. Morton unable to grab that one. Ball on the ground to be won. Rosso picks that one up. Got the one more help with the number 7, McCallan. Tries to get to goals. That's Persinger. She goes down. There's going to be a penalty and she'll line up on the 11.
I called this game earlier this week, the game between Vic A and SAA.
Yep.
Persinger had a yellow-red in the first quarter, so great to see her. If she can get this one in, that'll be really good for her just to finish the tournament with a goal under her belt.
And she's shooting from here. You can see the hands are dropped. She's already kind of starting that cradle. I would say she's going to take a step down and release. Oh, no, one more pass. Good look across the crease. Haven't seen much of that. Gives it to Brand. She was unable to grab it, but I really like those moves.
Yeah, I don't mind the set play on the shot there. It's really good. And I've heard you say it's interesting to see how the team's set up.
Yeah.
I love watching it.
Yeah, and you know what? She had me fooled because I said she was going to shoot it, and I haven't seen a lot of those feeds off the 11 this week for many teams. So just a great way to catch the South Australians off guard. Just unfortunate that Bran was unable to grab that, as ball is still with keeper now from SA.
Slow clear.
And there is no rush. So once that goalie steps out of the circle here in women's field lacrosse, there is no shot clock or clock to move the ball over the halfway line. So we just saw in the men's game previously, for anyone that was watching, they had 20 seconds to get it over the midline with the shot clock now in their game. Women's field lacrosse, still no shot clock. So they can just hold on to this ball as long as they have. That's the end of the quarter, Pete.
Yeah, great work by South Australia. I think they're pretty happy to leave the ball in element stick at the end of that quarter. They're up 3-0, so a great way for them to start this game.
Yeah, nice little possession game there from South Australia. Good to see that Vic A were really starting to get some minutes with the ball there at the end of that quarter.
And like any Victorian team, I just don't think you can take your foot off at any stage.
No, not at all.
Looking through the Victorian names, you know, Sakal has been great in lots of tournaments recently. Sky McCallan, Anushka Kartik, she's a great goalkeeper. And Shyla Carroll as well.
I was going to mention Carroll, yeah.
Gosh, there's so many good players in this Victorian team. If South Australia make a mistake and take their foot off the pedal, they're going to come unstuck. See a beautiful shot on our live stream of the Swan River with the CBD in the background.
For those playing along at home, the traditional landowners call the Swan River the Derbil Yerrigan. So I try and use it as much as I can. We also call Fremantle Wallyallup and Rottnest Wadjamup.
Okay.
I did a lot of work on the reconciliation action plan for Rottnest Island, so I'm very across the local lingo of the Wajak Noongar people.
It's important, I think, to recognise the Indigenous or traditional owners of the land.
Absolutely.
Particularly with the Indigenous roots our game has.
I was going to say the same thing, and that's what I really love. Like, even when I've had meetings with different groups across the world, they always do a land acknowledgement, particularly when they're North American or Canadian led. And I love that I can also contribute and talk about our traditional landowners as well. So really important. And like you said, talking about the Haudenosaunee being the owners of the game and the creators of the game, or playing for the creator.
It's a really special part of lacrosse.
It is. And people are so shocked when you tell them about it because of the name of the game, lacrosse. That is a French word, which meant the cross. So look at this, a little bit of history lesson.
Yeah.
As we
can't tell we're lacrosse kids from way back that have done a few school projects.
I think I've watched every lacrosse movie available. I watched one recently that was filmed out of North Alaska, and it was about a mental health pandemic that this small town was having. I can't remember the name of it, but it was about, they brought lacrosse to this local town. True story. Brought lacrosse to this local town, and they used it to get the kids up and about and increase their well-being. And they ended up going to national tournaments. And true story. And at the end, they had photos of the actual characters that in real life, the real people. Sorry, and I'm going to get back to the game. But a fascinating movie. I can't remember what it's called. I'll have to find out. Maybe the Grizzlies.
Okay, yeah, that rings a bell.
Ball's gone high. Has
been called the medicine game too. This game.
I'm going to find out the name of that movie now because it's going to annoy me.
Zahara Sakal just caught a bit of a bump and is just holding her hip. So she's saying she's okay. She's a tough competitor, Zahara Sakal. So I wouldn't expect her to be leaving the field at all. Carla DeLongville with the ball.
Sorry if anyone's wondering why I'm not talking. It's because I'm researching.
Ballastrin. So she's going to run it around.
So the movie came out in 2018. It is called The Grizzlies. I would say, though, parents, if you're going to get your kids to watch it, there is some confronting scenes, so just do the parental checks before you let the kids watch it. And great trail check there.
Ferranda.
And Ferranda is off. Oh, no, she's not off. It's Sakal.
That's Sakal, yep.
And Sakal's just going to carry, releases, and a shot from Sakal. Great transition goal from Victoria.
Yeah, that all started with the awesome defence of Ferranda. She got that great takeaway check. It fell nicely for Zahara Sakal, and she's just gone straight to the cooker and put one in the back of the net. So great way for Vic A to start this quarter.
Yeah, I like I said, I've seen a bit of Sakala over the past couple of years. I think she even played in the New South Wales senior field team last year in Melbourne.
Okay.
Quite a lot of the Victorian younger girls were able to fill in for that New South Wales state team.
Yeah, awesome.
And I'm pretty sure Sakala was on that list unless she's got an older sister, which is also possible because everyone's siblings play lacrosse, as Pete and I both can back. We're back at the draw. We've got Persinger up against Allen. Allen, quite a tall athlete. Is it Allen in there or is it Zhang? Might be Zhang.
Alan.
This is the beauty of working with someone who plays and coaches in the state that you're calling. You can always be corrected. And that's going to come out Victoria way through Rosso. She's going to carry. Allen being pinged for a penalty there. Ball moving into Victoria's offense now. Brand with the ball. Passes it across the top. Persinger now with it. Looking for an opportunity. She's in her right hand, so probably not going to drive from there with the amount of lefties in this team. A trail check, a beautiful trail check there from Ballastron, but able to be picked up there by Victoria and Brand now with possession. Good defensive pressure there coming from Allen to Brand, but she's got so much space. Oh, wow-wee! Changes the level, drops the hands low, and Brand with a cracking goal.
Yeah, the seas parted for Brand there. We had a great angle of that goal here. No one went with her, and she just dropped the hands there, and Ellerman kept her stick high, and the ball just going past their ankle. So awesome work by Brand. They have now shrunk the lead to just one goal. 3 goals to South Australia, 2 to Victoria, and we've got a game on our hands.
I know, and if you do want to cheer along your athletes, you can either DM us directly on Instagram by the Australian Lacrosse Network, myself, Shendell, Mic'd Up, or Peter G360, also available on Instagram. We love to hear from you. We love to know where you're watching from. That ball is going to go the way of South Australia. So Allen now going to start with possession. She's going to run the ball down. She's got the slide coming, gives it one more to Loveland. Loveland unable to grab that one. And ball up in the air, now on the deck. Picked up by the keeper, Anushka Kartik. Again, her family watching from India. Love to know that that's where we've got viewers from. Rosso now carrying the ball for Victoria. And just gives it across the top to Emily. Emily looking inside. In her left. This is that lefty conglomerate of the Victorian team that I'm seeing. Player wants to go. That's Persinger. Pulls it out, gives it back to Emily. Got a cutter around the crease, doesn't honour it. And Emily tries to go herself, unable to, picked up by South Australia, and there's a takeaway play. They're going to start their transition. Scutchings was available. Defence comes to her. 3 around South Australia now, but Scutchings just going to carry. I love the way she's adjusting her hands on the carry as well. Gives it one more to Loveland. Ball on the deck. Picks up by Loveland. Just going to slow it down. Got a cutter at the top. Lively. Trying to pick it up. Picked up by Scutchings. Again, gives it to Loveland. Ball on the ground. I've heard a whistle on the play. Timeout, charge, South Australia.
Great work by both teams. Victoria A having a bit of momentum their way. Ellerman 4 saves. Anushka Kartik 2. Centre draw possessions 4 to Victoria rather. 1 to South Australia. So really even competitive game here. Just also, I just wanted to add, I've got the live stream in front of me so I can look at some replays. So
sure,
the chat is open. I can see Nikki Winnan from South Australia. Shout out to Nikki. She is from the Sturt Lacrosse Club, my home club. So shout out to you. But yeah, great game so far here, Shendell. Very close, 3 goals to 2.
Yeah, I'm actually really enjoying this one. I'm loving seeing this young developing team and the talent that we have here.
Also had a message from Travis Renshaw, who has been involved in a lot of lacrosse
Yes.
events
Hey, Trav.
recently. He says he can't watch his daughter Zoe today, so he's really thankful that we're able to put on this live and free production through the Australian Lacrosse Network so that he can stay connected to his family and see how well Zoe's doing. And just on a side note, Trav, Zoe is having an absolutely cracking tournament, and for me is goalie of the tournament. So keep an eye out for Zoe. She's first year under 18s keeper in the senior state team or senior under 18 team.
Yep.
And she is stepping into that role very well. So back to this game though, Shandell. South Australia A versus Vic A.
Yeah, just interested to see what Beck Keller has drawn up here for the offense. Beck Keller, the head coach of this SA team, and ball's just starting to make its way around. Scutchings with the ball now, playing a really wide set. There goes Loveland cutting through the crease, and looks like they're isolating here for Scutchings to go top side. There goes the slide, backed up by Loveland.
Yeah, shot just went wide, but we could see from this angle that everyone just ran away from Lara Scutchings there and opened up the whole side for her.
And sorry, that's Mackenzie Smith with the ball. Mackenzie Smith now wants to go, looking for a player at the top. There's a bit of contact, and that's going to be a penalty on the play.
Looks like, I think that's Jamie Gower on the floor for South Australia there. Jamie's played in this development team a couple of times, and really good player. She's from the Burnside Lacrosse Club, and is really great at cutting. So I would think that she will get a few cutting goals today.
Okay. Yeah, well, that was a lovely cut. And ball with Gower now as she lines up on the 11. Brand with the penalty. Brand really far away. She can be on that line. Decides to run in. Ball's falling out the back of her cross. Ball on the deck to be won. Still got to be picked up cleanly there by Victoria. In the stick of McClan. One more across. Two players fighting for that from the same team. They've got to be talking to each other. Nice pick up by Persinger. Persinger going to carry. Great defence from DeLongville.
Sky McCallan, the sister of Samara McCallan in the senior Vic team. Looks exactly like her sister, if I'm being fair.
Okay. That's what I've seen a couple of times this week, is siblings of people that I know, and I'm like, holy moly, it's a mini version of that person, like Templeton that was in the previous game. And a shot there from Sakal. Great save by the keeper. That's Everall.
Ellerman.
Oh, sorry, Ellerman.
Everall was the MVP for the
know.
WA boys.
There's a lot of names. Apologies.
Yeah, there's so many names to remember as Hyam comes down the field, passes it off to Morton. Morton makes a low shot, but that's saved by Anushka Kartik.
Yeah, nice foot save. She read that well. She was able to turn, and maybe, I think Morton probably could have had a better shot, better look in the shot there. Just went low, maybe took it just half second too long.
Yeah, I think she held on to it just a fraction too long. Yeah.
But that just comes with maturity development.
Yeah. I think we've got a card here. Looks like Layla Ballastron will sit down for a yellow.
Timeout, Victoria. So I don't know how long we've got to go in the second, Pete.
Yep, the clock's got 6.5 minutes to go. So still plenty of time in this half of lacrosse.
Yeah, so both coaches have spent their timeout now. So there won't be any more timeouts after this one in this quarter. Just looking at the weather conditions, I don't think yet we're going to get into any hydration breaks. I'm just checking what the weather is going to be later. Normally about 26, 27 is when we start to get there. But there is a big breeze, and it's only going to be 22 all day locally. So pretty good playing conditions, actually, for lacrosse. 22 is a pretty decent temperature. The sun is out, but it's still bearable, and there's a really nice breeze coming across the field. You can see the flags flying on the far side, which just indicates that there's a breeze coming through.
It's a lovely day. I'm quite enjoying being out here at East Freo Lacrosse Club, watching some amazing lacrosse. We have got one of the best gigs in the game, I think, Chantel, just getting to sit here and watch lacrosse and just talk about what we see.
Well, you know, the best thing, Pete, is we got the best seats in the house. Like, not only do we have seats, we've got shade. Everyone comes and has a friendly chat. We love to meet the people that are watching and learn about your families and your kids and where you've come from. And, yeah, I think we certainly have a great job. We've got a lot of lacrosse coming up on the calendar this year. Next major tournament here in Australia will be the Senior Field Nationals at the Sturt Lacrosse Club in Adelaide in June. Following that, we'll have the Under-15 National Tournament in October, and that will line up with the Olympic Sixes qualifiers, which is a very, very exciting time. I can't wait to get to that one in the Sunshine Coast.
It's going to be so good up there with plenty of teams.
And we've got a World Championship happening the end of July, start of August, with the senior field women's team, Australian team, going to the World Championships looking to medal, and I would say they're certainly looking eyes on the prize, looking at gold. Yep. As the ball starts here now, good stick protection there from Van Noonen, but picked up off the deck.
DeLongville, great work.
DeLongville going to carry. She's got Morton here inside if they want to push numbers. They've actually got heaps of numbers. Scutchings with the ball. She wants to go.
She's been absolutely cleaned up.
And she's able to collect the ground ball and continue.
Great ball control there by Scutchings to be able to pick that one up.
And double coming to her now. They definitely know that she's a threat to this offense. Penalty called there on Carroll, Shyla Carroll. And the umpire's just referee's just having a conversation about where that player should be set up, and I believe she'll be at the dot. So this dot really annoys me. I mean, the umpires don't draw up the field, right? That's not their job. No. But that being put at the dot, like the dot, you're so far away. You're like, I was almost in front. I was just at goal line extended. Now I'm back at this damn dot.
Yeah, you kind of think, where's my advantage gone?
Yeah. And here she is. Nice skip step there from Scutchings. Little flip pass to Loveland. Loveland now has an option. Chambers with the ball, trying to get inside. She's really strong at carrying. Ball on the ground. Allen misses that pass. Got to be picked up. South Australia, Zhang grabs that one. And just in control there. Nice stick work. Loveland again with the ball. One more pass to Morton. Morton wants to go. Trail check from Victoria. Got to grab the ground ball. Scutchings gets that one. And they'll stay in possession. Ball now with Allen at the top. Ooh, also a nice handler of
She's really good, Olivia Allen. She's unlucky not to have made the first division team.
Yeah, Rennie with the ball now. Allen. Oh, Carroll just giving her a gentle little push.
Carroll's a very physical player, but she does want to be careful she doesn't cross that line.
Yeah, you got to find the line, and I think she was lucky there. She didn't get a card, actually. And now just going to look inside, decides to step out. Gower gives it up to Allen. Allen with the stick low, brings it high, starts the drive, takes the shot. Ooh. Bouncer. I thought she was going to have that one based on that bounce, but it's rolled out of play.
We saw some great bounce shots in the men's game earlier, Shendell, so perhaps these young ladies have seen that and had to go and have a crack themselves.
Yeah, and trail check. Lovely. Great job there from Ferranda, and Victoria going to carry the ball. Van Noonen just running the ball down, gives it back to the check now, Ferranda. Ferranda looking inside for an option, finds Brand, hits the pipe, and that's gone out of play. And a player just holding her head, that's Rennie. Maybe there was some contact. She's coming off the field.
There's a yellow card.
It's a time has been held, so I would say she might be getting a card.
Dangerous propulsion.
Yeah, and that's, I would say, for the follow through. Yep. So he made contact with the player's head, and play immediately came off, so it must have hurt.
Yep,
hopefully she'll return to the field really, really shortly.
Hope Rennie's okay.
Yeah, I can hear the Victoria coach asking her players to move the ball, not carrying the ball so much, but actually moving it through passes.
Yeah, the ball moves faster than the feet.
Just still having some discussion amongst the referees.
So there's been a yellow card. So the major penalty should mean that South Australia have the ball.
Yeah, just getting another player on because of the sub that was made by the South Australian player that went off. And they're just saying, yes, you can come on the field.
Gotcha.
Now they've just got to work out. So I'd say the player that's subbed on
We'll need to take the ball.
will get the possession.
Yeah, that's right.
And just at the top of the 15, I would say, is where that ball's starting. I can't see the markings down that end, but
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
yeah.
that's where it will be, because it won't be on the 11. Got Zhang out the bench side, just in front of the scorer's box if they want to use her, and she's still available. Got a player now just kind of impinging on that space. Decides to go upfield to Gower. Gower wants to carry, looking inside for an option. Sakal coming to defend her. Sakal just giving her a little nudge with the bottom hand.
Sakal.
Yeah, I like her game.
Did not let up at all.
I like her game. Mackenzie
Chambers
Smith
cutting down.
gives it to Chambers. Whistle on the play, that's free space. So that's been held because two players kind of ran into that shooting space, and if she'd released the ball, it would have hit one of them likely. So that's why that's been slowed down, which is a real shame because she had a really good advantage there, Chambers. She's got the shot at the 11 now. She's got a player across if she wants, two players across the crease if she wants to use them. Takes the shot, bounces off the keeper's foot, and going to be backed up by Mackenzie Smith. Mackenzie Smith now has Scutchings. Scutchings with the ball, gives it across the top. They seem really calm with the ball, and they've got a player inside, decides not to pull the trigger. Ballastron.
Great defence by McCallum there.
Mackenzie Smith wants to go. There's two players to double her. She hasn't got a lot of space. Still trying to go top side, and a bouncer. Backed up there by South Australia. Much easier to see these players and who they are at this end of the field.
Yeah.
Here's Loveland now. Oh, sorry, Mackenzie Smith now with the ball. It's also handy their names are printed on the back of their jerseys. Wants to go, Mackenzie Smith. Oh, where's that? Well, and just dodges through the two defenders. Scutchings now slowing it down and directing some traffic. Ballastron gives it.
Lively's a left-hander. She wants to drive left side.
Here she goes on the left. Got a cutter through the middle. Gower gives it one more instead to Chambers. Picked up by Sky McCallan. Just carrying, gives it across there to Ferranda. Ferranda going to carry. Victoria have a good set of numbers. Gets past one defender, gives it one more. That's the kind of team play you want to see. Unable to grab that one though. Ball's at the end line. Got a whistle on the play.
Yeah, much better play from Victoria. You're looking for that extra pass. Unfortunately, Ava Kay not being able to just keep control of that one.
And our next game, just for those playing along at home, is the championship final for the boys. South Australia taking on Victoria. That's going to be a big one, so do not leave the Australian Lacrosse Network. As ball is making its way around the offence. Emily with the ball now. Little pick at the top from Ferranda. Emily trying to drive. Can't get inside. Good defence from South Australia. Looking for an option inside. One more pass to Ferranda. Couldn't hit the feed. And there's a crease. Was it an increase fraction? Yeah, it's going to be goalkeeper's ball.
Yeah, Ferranda just finding her way into the goal circle.
Ferranda. Oh, sorry, now Ellerman looking for an outlet. Gives it to the middle of the field. Ball on the deck to be won. Mackenzie Smith might have an opportunity here. She's got good defensive pressure from Carroll, though, and stripped with the trail check from Rosso. Rosso trying to grab that ball now. It's on the ground. Oh, I thought there was a whistle, but there wasn't a whistle. Brand going. Play on is the call. And Brand looking to drive now. Sakal just trailing her. She's on her knees. Good defence from South Australia. Tried to hit the pass. That ball may roll out of play. It does. Going to go the way of South Australia.
Yeah, real tussle at the moment. Score still 3-2 in favour of South Australia. Goalkeepers doing their bit. Anushka Kartik with 4 and Ellerman with 6.
Yeah, great competition for these two young teams. Love that they have got the opportunity to be here. Allen with the ball now. Gets past one. Gives it across to Mackenzie Smith. Got Loveland at X. They look quite similar, these two players.
Yeah, they do.
And Loveland wants to go, trying to get inside. Flag on the play, pulls it out. Loveland's going to get a shot at the 11-metre arc.
Charlize Loveland, the niece of Dean Foreman from Waikato.
Oh, well, there you go.
Just a bit of information there.
Wants to shoot. Loveland does so and successfully puts that one away.
I really love what Charlize did there. She didn't run straight at the goal. If you have a look at the way she actually ran across the face of the goal, opens up the angle, and then she gives her a lot more goal to shoot at to get that ball behind Kartik.
Yep. Yeah, really nice. Really confident in that drive too. Ball back at the centre draw. Players ready to go.
Great start to this grand final of the Division 2 Under-18 National Championships.
Yep, so Pershing are taking on Allen in the draw. Can hear Beck Keller saying if they get possession, if South Australia get possession, they want to take their time in the last 40 seconds of play and hold for the last shot. Just absolutely word for word what Beck said.
Yeah.
She's so loud. South Australian coaches are really loud. You've got Charlotte Winnan and you've got Beck Keller. Two amazing young coaches. Young. Coaches that have been around the game for a long time with great knowledge.
They're young at heart.
They are. Well, definitely Beck is. And
definitely Charlotte.
She's being backed up as well by Jess Morrison, who's currently in the Australian Sixes and field squad.
So great.
So just, Beck with that Australian experience and now Jess with that Australian experience, just someone great to look up to. And that, something for the players to strive to be as well. So Scutchings now, here's this hold of the ball. Looking for an option, gets to X, that's Mackenzie Smith, and that's time. So unable to execute that final shot. Pete, you got goal scorers?
Goal scorers for South Australia, Charlize Loveland with 2, Scutchings with 2, makes up their 4. And for Victoria, Sakal with 1, Brand with 1, scores 4-2 at half time.
Love that. So what we will do is take a really short break. Hope you're enjoying this coverage of this game on the Australian Lacrosse Network. We love bringing it to you live and free, and we'll be back very, very soon.
a dinosaur from the left.
Oh, we haven't got camera. We are back here live at the Australian Lacrosse Network for this Women's Division 2 Playoff Championship game. Victoria A taking on South Australia A, and we've got a great competition here today. Just waiting for the officials to make their way back onto the field. The players are certainly ready to go, and they're making the referees hustle, or the officials hustle. You can just start to see the teams that are coming onto the field next, making their way down to the field, South Australia and Victoria. As the draw is being set, Allen back in there again. I think it's Persinger.
It is, yep.
Ball's been drawn high, chase down for the ball. Scutching wants it. Persinger's run through it though, and there's Scutching's just jumping at the ball. But going to be picked up. Still a scuffle for the ground ball. Both great second efforts from both teams there to get that ball out. But Persinger, the winner in that occasion, looks inside for a feed, not on.
Crease infringement by Victoria A.
Lum not going to have that possession. Now an opportunity for the South Australians to clear.
And we've seen this. They don't mind the slow clear. And when you're 2 goals up, there's more pressure on the Vics than the South Australian team. So happy just to let the clock wind down.
Definitely.
We could be here for 15 minutes, Shandell.
Yeah, they can certainly hold the ball for as long as they wish.
Ellerman just waiting for someone to come towards her. Not really advancing herself.
So
just an infringement. Someone getting held onto. So Chambers now with the ball, gets to run it down into the offence.
A good protection there of the stick, just brings it in front of her as the player started to trail. Wants to go, she's in her left, ball's hit the deck, now being picked up. Keeper's got a piece of that, can't check the goalie, it's going to be a Victorian ball. We can't interfere with the goalie if the goalie's got possession.
Great work by Kartik to get that ball into her possession.
Yeah, I gave her a little good job, good game shout out when I walked past her just before at the break.
Oh, yeah.
I think she is playing really well.
Yeah, absolutely. She's a great goalie. I was speaking to her dad just earlier. I said, she is a fantastic goalie. She's just unlucky that she's got Holly Austin to go up against.
Yeah, that's so true. And like we've talked about Holly Austin all week, she's in the Women's Field Australian squad right now. So she's seeing a lot of training.
Yeah.
Additional to the under-18 training she's doing Aussie field training, and I'm sure she's at club training too. So Scutchings now with the ball trying to get inside. Nice little dodge move. Oh. And that one's a nice bounce shot in the bottom left corner of the cage.
Yeah, that was just a well-placed shot. Scutchings working her way inside and just getting that one down tight in that bottom corner, making it very hard for Kartik to save.
Yeah, it looked really nice. I really liked the dodge.
Yeah. So Scutchings with a hat-trick now. So she's really stepping up for this grand final match.
Yeah, I'm liking what she's doing.
Too early to call MVPs?
Too early to call MVPs, Pete. But I actually think Scutchings is playing very well. She's certainly playing her role as the ball is back at the draw. Persinger again against Allen. Ball's gone really high, and they've just got a competition for it. Persinger doing a good job getting that ball out of the centre for the Victorians. No one really down here in offence yet, so they're just wanting to set up their attack. Emily with the ball just bumps it across. Sakal now directing traffic. Sakal wants to go. Look at her, using her body to get inside. Rolls back in. There's a flag on the play. Good, strong control there by Sakal.
I thought perhaps she might have been outside the 11.
Yeah, she was, because they're letting the players stay inside. And I think she still wants to go anyway. Look at how she's kind of setting herself up.
She's a goal machine. Great save by Ellerman, though.
Yeah, if you're shooting at a lefty goalie, I probably wouldn't be shooting at that spot. Nonetheless, a great save and a ball picked up off the deck. Quick outlet there. Ballastra now just carrying, bumped it on. One more to Mackenzie Smith. Ball at the end line there. Mackenzie Smith comes up with that.
Oh, has Allen with no one on her.
Yeah, just been picked up now, Allen. Loveland with the ball. Loveland bumps it to the top. Scutchings with the ball. Scutchings likes her matchup, wants to go on Zakal. She's actually hit the deck. Ball on the ground to be won. Sorry, it's not Zakal, it's Ferrando. Ferrando's been good in the defence
great.
for the Victorians.
Great check as well. She controls it well and lines up her target, normally hits it.
Lively with the ball now. Just taking some time. No rush. Got all day. Being absolutely pestered by Dylan. Good defence. Mackenzie Smith. Just carrying the ball through X. Looking for an option inside. Trying to roll in. Takes a shot. Hits a stick of a defender. Goes high. Going to be, well, I thought it was going to be backed up by South Australia, but a ball to be won on the ground. Didn't actually roll out of play. Now there's a scuffle still for the ball. It's being picked up. Moved across the top. Mackenzie Smith, a bit of a ball magnet at the moment. Gives it to Allen.
Almost held onto it with the one-handed grab.
And just going to continue to hold on to it there. Ballastron now looking inside. Trying to get inside. Just gets hammered by the Victorian defenders, and she's going to line up on the 11.
Just the breeze starting to pick up now. Bit more, Shendell. It's I'm enjoying it, but how will this affect the players out on the field?
I don't know, it might cool them down because the sun is still quite warm. I'm just sitting between the sun and the shade, so I'm getting the best of both worlds. But
won't affect the play at all?
I don't think so. I don't think the ball's going to be impacted by the wind. And there's a shot high and a beautiful goal there. Feed over to Mackenzie Smith, and Mackenzie Smith pops that one high. Great job.
That's one of those plays off the 11 metre there, Shendell, where they just rather than going in and shooting, which we've seen a lot of this weekend, they've actually found the free player who's been able to get an easy shot.
Yeah, and I would say that's an instruction because that's not the first time they've done that today.
Yeah.
They're certainly looking for that. So I would say Beck Keller's giving that instruction that that's how she wants to run a few of those 11 metres.
(6-2) now in favour of South Australia, so getting quite a handy lead.
Okay, and the ball is back at the centre. Allen versus Persinger. Again, another high centre draw. Trying to be grabbed by Allen, now on the ground. Allen kicks it out. Smart move.
Yeah, I like that.
Good.
They're allowed to do it now, and they're still getting used to that rule.
Whistle on the play. Scutchings now being slowed down.
Rosso with a yellow card.
Just going to sit for 2 minutes, giving South Australia an extra woman advantage. And they're just making some personnel changes, I'm sure, to get into this power play, as you see Mackenzie Smith making her way onto the field. Got Loveland down at X. Ball is just, I think, inside or just outside the restraining line, around the restraining line regardless. And Scutchings, yeah, just inside, so that's why that player stopped. The Victorian ball now with Loveland, high. Oh, sorry, Mackenzie Smith. And I think that's what they wanted to do. Got her on the field as part of the power play. Found her on the back corner and she put it away.
That was a beautiful example of just finding that extra pass. Great work by Mackenzie Smith, though, just to sneak around that back corner and get above GLE at the right moment to get that pass. And keeping the goalie moving like that is a really good strategy to open up holes in the cage. And Mackenzie Smith found the hole she needed to get another goal on the board for SA.
Yeah, great job by Mackenzie Smith. And they're still in the woman up, so they've still got time in the power play if they are able to capitalise on this possession to set up another 6-on-5.
Yeah, that was a really quick goal in the scheme of things.
Very much. And I believe the rule has changed now as well, that if you've got the 2-minute card, if the clock is running between goals, that time on the card is still held. So if it takes 30 seconds or 40 or 50 or 5 seconds to reset at the draw,
Yep.
the card's being held.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I agree. I know I used to love it. We'd always you try to get back quicker, but if you're the defensive team, you'd be trying to go
Yes.
slower. So now it doesn't matter. That's a reasonably new rule. And ball now in the offense of South Australia. Shabunma trying to get inside. Good defensive pressure by Allen. Pops it across there to Lum. Got a bit of work happening off ball here, which is nice to see from the Vics. You can kind of see they're all exchanging in different positions and now clearing space at X for this player to drive. Lum got support there and Shabunma. And I don't know, she got lucky not to have a moving pick there, Dylan. And she's opened up on the crease as well, had plenty of space.
So they're still a man down, Victoria. So South Australia really need to be pushing that ball and continue with the pressure. Then the penalty's been released now, so...
One more. Oh, Scutchings with some strong defence there on the ball carrier. Or Lum, who was trying to actually grab that one. And there's going to be a penalty at the top. Looks like Shabunma's going to get that one. Oh, no. Sorry. Persinger going to have the shot. That's someone who you probably do want shooting, although it looks like she's looking for an option. She's got a player to her right. Decides to slow it down. There it is. Gives it across there to Dylan. Dylan unable to grab it, but she picks up the ground ball. Wants to go in her left. Good slide there from the South Australians. Flag on the play.
Just being held back.
Lum going to have a free position
high.
shot.
Shabunma here just moving into a good position as well.
Step down and a bouncer save again from the keeper. Great job there, Maggie Ellerman.
8 saves for her for the game.
What club is Maggie from?
Maggie's from the Woodville Lacrosse Club, so Bet Keller would know her very well.
I was just thinking, that's why I asked the helmet.
Yeah.
And I was like, she must be a Woodville girl. There's a moving pick. So the ball's going to go the way of Victoria. You can just see number 17 out here asking for it. That's Lum. She wants a start.
Yeah, would have liked a quick start there. Didn't have much to run through, but South Australia now getting their defence inside.
Dylan gets it across now in the corner. Wants to go. Nice carry. I think it's Ferranda. Not Ferranda. Emily.
South Australia wouldn't be too upset with getting these 11-metre penalties because Victoria haven't quite been able to capitalise on it.
No, and also Ellerman's seeing the ball really well off the 11-metre. Wants a step down, takes a shot. That's disrupted by a check. Ball on the ground to be won. There's a little, almost a push in the back. Yeah. Referee saw it. I saw block. They're going to call it. So Mia Morton going to have that possession.
Great work by Scutchings running in off that 11-metre to get her stick in the lane of that shot. It was a really good defence.
And Scutchings now available here, but they're going to clear the ball through the goalie. Asking for it back. Morton saying, no, not now.
So the slow clear comes into play again. That's what I miss from the boys' game. I do like the slow clear strategy, particularly when you're up and all the pressure's on the other team.
Yeah, 100%. Ball still looking bench side, nothing happening there. A few cutters coming on the far side around the midline. Just now Scutchings trying to open up, but she's got trailing defence. They've got like all day if they want to hold on. Yeah. They're not in any rush, the South Australians. And I reckon now they're going to have to send someone and force the pass. And there it is. And that's where the outlet's going to come from. 5
goals up. You know, they can just hold that ball for the rest of the game.
Scutchings tried to do a little skip-step dodge, but now great box out here by the Victorian on the ground and picks it up. Great job, Emmy.
Picked up by Shabunma, though. She's off to the races. just getting held up by Scutchings.
Looking for help across the field. Stick intercepted there by Ballastron, and then South Australia just collect that one. Scutchings picking the ball up off the deck, trying to goose to herself now. She's almost digging there, flicks it at her teammate Rennie. Ball still on the ground to be won. Someone's got to pick it up. There it is. Great ground ball from Rosso, and just running her way out of trouble. Gives it to Ava, not Ava Kay.
Loving the intensity here of Shendell. This is so good.
Yeah, they've got so much to play for, these girls, and I'm really enjoying how much they're in, how much passion they've got in this game. You can hear the bench. I don't know if you can catch that on our mics, but next to us is the Victorian team, and they're really enjoying getting behind their teammates. Rosso with the ball now. Need to get some movement happening off ball. Nice cut or movement there from Emily. Just missed the pass there to Persinger. Ball's on the ground. Loveland trying to pick that one up, flicks it, trying to flick it to Morton. Can't. Still on the ground. Now in the air, now back on the ground. Someone's got to pick it up any minute now. And great job by Mackenzie Smith to grab that one. And they've just got a player ahead of the ball. There it is, and she's decided to use her. That's Gower.
Excellent pickup by Gower.
And they've got numbers, South Australia. They've got defence coming, but those two girls, oh, wow, nice goal. They had the two players cutting on the far side. They would just seem to be drifting a little bit and fading a bit too much. They needed to be more in a position to score, but it doesn't matter because Gower decided to just go herself and actually pops that one away.
Gower has a great shot at her. I mentioned she's a great cutter, but she's also a really good finisher of the ball. So good to see her stick that one away. The intensity of the game has lifted significantly. The Vics don't want to give the ball up. And I was really impressed. Persinger dropped the ball, and just her second effort on the ground ball was intense. It was really good to see.
Yeah, so Alan Emney now, and Alan in the centre draw.
Great to see the South Australian girls here supporting their junior team.
Yeah, I love that. So good for their culture and developing, because some of these girls will move into that squad next year.
That's right, yep.
Ball on the ground to be won, picked up. Got a supporting pass there across the field. Miss wasn't able to grab that to Longville, so now in the stick of Lum. Gives it to Sakal. Look at how quick she is. One more pass.
Shibanuma made no mistake on that one. Great look by Sakal to find Shibanuma, and for some reason, Shibanuma left all by herself in front of the goals, and she has now got a goal to her name.
Yeah, lovely. I thought that Sakal was just headed for the cooker. Yeah. She had fire in her eyes.
We've seen that before from Sakal, haven't we?
Yeah, and just fantastic vision and unselfish play to give that one to the open player on the crease and let her stick that one away. I do hope though Sakal got the assist on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well deserved.
Ball in the centre, drawn high by Ferranda. Got to pick up the ground ball. That's time on the clock, and that will be the half.
Wow, that snuck up on a Shendell. This game has, the scoreline has blown out a little bit. It's 8-3, but gosh, this has been really intense, and loving the great fight from both teams.
Yeah, it's actually a really enjoyable game. I'm really loving the talent that I'm seeing coming through these two developing teams. So just awesome for lacrosse. But on that note, do you want to talk quickly about goal scorers, Pete?
Yeah, I can talk about goal scorers. Love talking about goal scorers. South Australia, 2 to Mackenzie Smith, 2 to Loveland, 1 to Gower, 3 goals to Scutching. She's been great. And for Victoria, Sakal with 1, Shibanuma 1, Brand 1 for their 3 goals. So 8 goals, 3 at 3/4 time. Just quickly on the keepers. Maggie Element, 8 saves, has been fantastic, and Kartik with 5 as well. So goalies doing their bit.
Absolutely. And I'm just checking the stats in the replay.
Oh, no, the replay, my laptop died, so.
Oh, okay. I was like, I just want to see if there's what we've got on the replay. And sorry, yes, I did say it was half, but it's actually 3/4 time.
3/4 time, yeah.
So that's why I was like, on that note, Pete, let's talk about scorers. Yeah, it's quite a good game of lacrosse. I'm really enjoying what these teams are doing. But please, viewers, do not go anywhere. More lacrosse to come. 2 big games ahead. They are the championship games. They're playing for the silverware.
Yeah, unbelievable moment for all of the young athletes playing in those grand finals, and more importantly, so proud for the parents who have allowed these kids to come over and play the game they love. Will be really pumped to see these 2 games. Just to got a message here from someone saying loving the commentary from the YouTube channel. So keep watching. There's actually people here at the ground, Shendell, that listen to the commentary as well.
I know,
so
it's wild, isn't it?
It's great for us to know that, you know, what we do is appreciated. We try and do our best, and love, well, like anyone, we love getting the compliments too, right?
I just think it's really cool that people kind of do it like they do at the footy, where they put the headset on and and they watch the replays, because they obviously hear a live, so they can watch the replays straight away on the ALN, and it's a really enjoyable part of the role. We love bringing lacrosse to everyone across the world.
100%. As we move into the 4th quarter of this Division 2 girls grand final.
Got Allen back at the draw on Emney, matching up with her. Tammy Varga, the lead referee or official on this game today. Ball is drawn, and nice clean grab off the draw there by Persinger, who's being matched up with by Scutchings. That's a really great matchup, actually. Those are 2 really strong players in this game today. And Persinger now sends it one way, gets it back. It's got a player at the top.
A lot of love for Emmy Emini on the YouTube channel.
I love that for her. And ball just swinging around now, back with Persinger. She's just moving her way around the crease. She just keeps seeming to pop up and have the ball in her possession. Now with Esty Rosso looking for Ferranda. Ferranda, quite a tall. Can use her height
good look.
Sakal rips it, but I don't know if she took the shot, if that's going to go the way of SA. Yeah, shot after the play.
It's a real funny one, that shooting space rule. I understand they have to blow the whistle. It's a safety issue. But if you have the shot at the same time as the whistle's blown,
it's your fault.
Yeah. Yep. Goalie made the save, so she gets to keep it.
I hope that when we're explaining the rules to viewers, I actually understand what we're talking about. Like, I know the rules pretty well because I've played this game for a very long time, but I hope that when we're explaining it to you, it makes sense for you, especially for those who are new to lacrosse. But if you do want clarity, again, send us a message. And if we don't know the answer, we'll check with the officials. I'm always big on doing that if I can't give an accurate answer. But
the slow clear.
Yeah, Maggie Ellerman just taking her time here on the clear.
Good look to find DeLongville, but the pass, not enough spinach for breakfast this morning.
And Lum just going to carry that in, wants to shoot. Great save by Ellerman. Picked up by Allen. Allen going to run that ball out now for the South Australians. Now with Scutchings. This is a dangerous player, and they seem to have numbers. If she can get past this one. Great way to stop possession or stop that run, McCallan. So very smart move there. Professional foul by McCallan.
Just went the old goose step again, Scutchings, and was just outside the 11.
I haven't heard that saying for a long time.
The goose step?
The goose step, yeah. We've got to play. An old boy at Wembley loves a goose step. Ball with Loveland. Looking inside for an option. They're just going to take time. She's got Mackenzie Smith at X.
Great pressure on that pass has allowed Ferranda to pick the ball up.
Ferranda just has to go back to the mark, and Allen has to take the penalty. Ferranda is off now. Got players ahead of her, but quite a lot of South Australian defence as well. Ferranda wants to go. Look at her trying to get inside. Lucky she didn't get done for a charge. No problem there. Ellerman's going to mop that one up.
Yeah, the charge is one I don't quite understand, Shendell. You don't see it called all that often.
I hate when I get called for it. And And I'm like, I wasn't doing anything. It's very rare I talk back to an official, though, but on a charge, it annoys me. So I'm just trying to dodge. And sometimes I think with a charge, you're getting equal pressure from both people.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you look like your shoulders into it, then you get pinged.
Rosso with the ball up the top. Gets it to Sakal. Cops one across the body by Chambers.
And she's going to line up on the 11. Chambers are going to have a penalty there. So I just want to see what their setup looks like. They've got 3 on the far side. Looks the fake. I love that fake. The pump fake to the top and then steps down and shoots it. Very, very smart lacrosse from Sakal.
Yeah, great work to get another one on the board for Vic A. Just been able to get my laptop up and working again, and she's done that from outside the 11 too. So that's twice she's gone to the cage from outside the 11, and the pump fake, really draws the defence one way and opens it up for her.
That was awesome. I have not seen a pump fake like that in an 11-metre shot this tournament.
No, that would be the first time for me too. Smart.
Time has just gone 12:25 or 23 local time. So I believe now in Victoria it's 2:25. We've had a time change overnight. So only 2 hours time difference, which is going to be so much better for travelling teams. Just getting an hour's more sleep. I know when we're over there or trying to go to sleep at Box Nationals, you're going to bed at 10 p.m, but it's only 7 Perth time and you've just landed. Ball on the ground to be won. Picked up by South Australia. Nice pressure from the defence. And you can just see ball being pushed well by the Victorians, but South Australia's just going to carry. Nice work there from Morton. Morton gives it to Scutchings. Zhang just going to the bench and bringing on Mackenzie Smith, who's going to just run over the midline. She certainly can go because they've got numbers.
Great save by Kartik. Sorry to cut you off there, Shindell. Kartik just made one of the best saves she's made today.
Love that. I was just watching Loveland trying to sneak onto the offence. Sorry, Mackenzie Smith trying to sneak onto the offence.
Good pressure there from Ballastron. She's hit the post after picking up the ground ball.
Ball still on the deck to be won now, picked up there by Mackenzie Smith. What do we know about Mackenzie Smith? I'm really liking her work, Pete.
Georgia Mackenzie Smith,
Yep.
She is from the Glenelg Lacrosse Club.
Yep, okay.
Has been pretty instrumental at under 15 level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure this might be her first year in under 18, second maybe.
Okay.
But a handy little player, to be honest.
And there she is now on cue. Thank you, Mackenzie Smith. Thank you so much.
Yep, no, handy little player indeed, as she just sneaks around that corner to find herself in front of the cage and getting one on Kartik.
Yeah, that was a nice goal. They brought her on into the offence. They pulled, I think Zhang went to the bench, brought her on, and she was trying to sneak on during play. You said Kartik made a save, and then she just kind of got into the play and finished that one.
Yeah.
I just feel like I know what I'm talking about. I'll just brush the shoulders off here.
It's not about them, it's about us.
Totally. It's our world. They just live in it.
There you go.
Ball at the draw. It's gone high. Lum versus Allen. Allen going to come up with that one. Illegal procedure at the draw.
South Australia doing really well here. Victoria putting a lot of pressure on them, but South Australia being pretty calm and collected.
Yeah, Allen was looking for Scutchings, but she's got Gower. No, I thought she was going to go and release the trigger. Decides to give it to Allen. Allen now just holding fire. Uses the player to her right. Now it's with Scutchings at the top. South Australia definitely playing some composed offence here. Got long time of possessions here. Periods of possessions is what I'm trying to say. As Loveland's trying to get inside. Nice D there from Carroll. Gives it to Scutchings. Allen with the ball. Allen being watched by Dylan. Tries to get inside. Gower finishes.
Yeah, again, I mentioned earlier how good a finisher Gower is, and just under pressure in front of the goal, took her time to make sure she put that one away, and really excellent goal from Gower. A lot of these South Australian girls will be really, some of them could be quite upset they didn't make the senior team, but showing why why lacrosse in South Australia at this age group is doing so well.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. We've got the South Australian women playing later against WA. They've finished at the top of the pool play. And a timeout has been called.
The Victorian boys just walking out of the change rooms to get ready for their game, which is coming up next. South Australia were out pretty early. They were doing some warm-ups with an hour before their game. And not sure where they've gone now, but they're just having some shots. No, that's WA. But yeah, that's going to be a big game. Victoria versus South Australia. Victoria, the undefeated team in the boys. So yeah, really excited to bring that one to you.
Yeah, they'll be going in hot favourites and feeling very confident. But like I said, South Australia taking care of WA the last 2 days, so they'll also be feeling pretty good. And we saw them play so early, these two teams against each other in pool play, that the development, the changes in the team, they've been able to scout so much more. I think that we're going to see a lot of development since that first round robin.
Yeah, day one they met up, so still trying to work out their personnel and who's going to do what in and where. But this game is underway still. 5 minutes, a bit over 5 minutes remaining, 10-4 in favour of South Australia.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of work for Victoria to do to come back from here.
Yeah, and like I said, if you're not here yet, if you're here and listening, thank you so much. If you're not here yet, get on down to Preston Point East Fremantle Lacrosse Club. And if you're watching at home, we hope you're enjoying this coverage of this Women's Division 2 Championship game.
Allen and Persinger once more going at it.
Yeah, I love this matchup.
Ball's been getting a lot of hype from these two.
I think that's why I really like to see the competition of the jump. And
there you go. Look at that.
And ball now is on the deck. This is a bounce on that when it came back up. Rosso picks that one up. She's going to carry. Nice trail check from the South Australian Ballastron. Ball still on the ground to be won. Everyone's trying to pick it up. Everyone wants a piece. South Australia's going to come up with that ball.
Kira Zhang, great ground ball. She's off to the races under pressure.
I'm just going to have a bit of a slower start here. It's Zhang carrying the ball now. A whistle on the play, just trying to see what's happening there. Ball's going to go the way of Victoria. There's a penalty, but I'm not sure where it is. It was back here. So the umpire on the far side saw something, and Scutchings has been given a penalty. Sakal wants that ball on the ground still, picked up by Scutchings, just recovers from that error.
She's run a long way to pick that ground ball up too. One to beat. They've got numbers. Goes herself. That's where the left hand needs to come into play, Shindell.
Yeah, and she had the penalty. She also had Gower across the fan. So if she had been able to change that, she could have given it the one more pass, but no problem. She's going to line up on the 11 pretty much at the centre. I'd say she's got the centre hash.
She has got 3 goals already today. So, there's a yellow card on that one. Sahara Sakal. Not one you want on the bench.
Absolutely not. If you're looking for MVPs, Pete, I know it's a little bit early. Who are you going?
Well, I think Lara Scutchings has played a great game. She has won an MVP this week.
That goal should count. I thought if the whistle went even as the player took the shot and the ball goes in, I thought the goal stood.
So they've obviously thought that she shot after the whistle.
Okay.
And this is what is a frustrating thing for me as a coach, is sometimes it feels like it's called a goal and sometimes it's pulled back. But it's a hard one to call.
Carroll just gets in the way and disrupts that for Scutchings. Great defence from Carroll. Little flip pass across the top there.
Oh,
Ball
good
with
look.
Chambers, gives it to Gower. Here's Gower. Oh, off the pipe. Gower will be disappointed, but that was a great shot and a great move from Gower. Ball on the far side. Victoria getting a bit of pressure there. That's Van Noonen. Sends it down the field. And they're going to start now heading towards the cage. Good slow down move there from Victoria. I think that's Ava Kay with the carry.
4.5 minutes to go.
Yep, so you've got Scutchings on the MVP for SA. What about Vic's, Pete?
Oh. What about the Vicks? Persinger.
Oh, I wanted Persinger. Otherwise, I think Ferranda's been pretty good.
Ferranda has been good
And
too.
Emily.
Yeah.
And here she is now, Persinger. That ball's gone high and over the top. There's two back there. It's going to go the way of South Australia.
Yeah.
I think Allen was closest to the ball there. Actually, I'd go Allen for MVP for South Australia.
Yeah, she's been good too. Taken a lot of centre draws and had some success.
Ball is going to stick with Lum from Victoria. So
Oh,
actually,
Victoria got that one.
yeah, so Victoria to pick up the ground ball and get to work. Allen again just making contact. That one's not going to be deemed legal.
If you're on the YouTube channel, let us know who you think should be MVP. As Loveland just picks that one up. Now she's going to get a yellow card as well. That's Ava Kay, I believe.
Yeah, just cards coming out now.
This game earlier in the week, Shendell, did get quite ugly towards the end, so I'm not surprised they're starting to bring out some yellow cards.
Okay. Well, it's good that they're taking charge, the officials, and just making sure that the game stays safe.
Might be Division 2, but it means a whole lot to these girls.
Absolutely. I mean, every game you play means a lot. I know
Yeah.
people say they play for fun, and I'm like, fun for me is like going hard. I have so much one-line fever, and it's not bad. It's just that I love to compete. And I think that's exactly where these girls are at playing at this level. And you've got Mackenzie Smith with the ball now, sends it down to X. Looking for an opportunity. You can hear Beck Keller asking the girls to push it. So they really want to go to start attacking the cage. Lively at the back corner if she's got an opportunity. She's being watched by McCallan. And just trying to release Loveland into the offense, and she's just trying to cruise through now. There she is with the ball.
I wouldn't be surprised if the South Australian team's just playing catch at this stage. There's a couple of minutes to go, and they are up considerably, 10-4.
Mackenzie Smith tries to go, just gets past that check. Allen on the ball on the ground, but she picks up the ground ball, no problem.
South Australia also man up still.
Oh, releases, opens up Mackenzie Smith inside, wasn't able to connect. Loveland picks up the ground ball. Look at the cutter through the middle. Yep. She was open and available. Balustrade, great job. Good defensive pressure here by the Vicks. One more pass to Allen. Allen, ball on the deck again. Brown going to pick it up. Brown going to start her run now and start clearing the ball. She is off. She's got a player there just trying to shepherd. Persinger getting rid of Scutchings for her effort. Ball now with Emily. Time's being held. Not sure if there's a card on the play, but or just an injured player. But Brand looks like she's worn some contact.
Yeah, she was tough as she picked that ground ball up and ran down the field, Brand. So one of the differences between men's and women's lacrosse, if the game stops for a player in men's, they will have to leave the field, and in women's, they get to choose whether they stay or not.
Yeah, if staff go on the field in women's, they must come off. Ball now with McCallan, sends it across the top to Rosso. Rosso trying to get the ball to X, just carries down, now gives it to Lum.
Oh, just a mishandle there, picked up by Scutching. She's been fantastic today, Scutchings.
Yeah, she really has, all over the field. There's another ball rolling on the field, and the time's just been held because the official's seen that too. I would be, like you, Pete, so disappointed if my work had been disrupted by another team's.
Particularly when the ball's actually behind play as well.
Especially when you had a run like Scutchings
Yeah.
did, allowing Victorians to get their defence set. Morton now with the ball. Morton's got a player on the crease.
Oh, Ballastron just had no one coming to her.
Yeah, ball now at the top with Gower. Ballastron now gets the ball.
Under a minute now, Shendell.
Yeah, ball just making its way through X. Mackenzie Smith, she's been good all day. You can definitely hear the Victorian coaches asking their players to push out and cut off any adjacent passes. Really lock it off here. Mia Morton now. Mackenzie Smith just playing ball here, just playing a little bit of catch. Morton and Mackenzie Smith. Ball now with Rennie. One more pass across to Gower.
Gower has room, but very disciplined. They're just holding the ball out until the final seconds, which are not far away.
Yeah, Julie Ames, the chief bench official, is up and holding the clock now. Ball in the stick of Mackenzie Loveland. Scutchings available to help her. I definitely can hear the coaching staff trying to tell the Victorians to cut off the adjacent passes and not give them an opportunity. But Scutchings wants to go for the last shot. She's defended so well there, and that's the whistle. South Australia A take that one out.
So great work by South Australia to win, and they've won fairly convincingly too, 10-4. So they are very, very happy. They've just had a stacks on moment.
Oh, wow, they really have.
So commiserations to Victoria. They put up a hell of a fight, but the game today was won by some cool, calm heads by the South Australians and making the most of their shots too.
Yeah, really great job by South Australia. I think there was some really big, great passages of play there from the Victorians. I really enjoyed Carol's defence today. I thought she was very, very good in the defence.
Yeah, she's tough, Carol, and really fights hard.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the Vics now, and and I also think Persinger was pretty good all day. Ferranda, I was impressed with her defence. Number 22, I've just lost her name momentarily. Emily, I liked her work. I liked Brand. So, like I said, these are development teams. Take away the lessons. Enjoy the opportunity to be here in WA. Travel with Lacrosse and get a taste of high performance.
Just run through the goal scorers quickly while we've got a moment. 10 goals for South Australia, made up of 3 for Mackenzie Smith, 2 for Loveland, 2 for Gower, Scutchings with 3, and for Victoria, they had 4 goals, 2 for Sakal, 1 to Shibanuma, and 1 to Brand. So that's it for Division 2 girls lacrosse here this weekend. South Australia taking out first position, followed by Victoria, and then the Valkyries. Let's not forget the Valkyries. They've had a great tournament too, and that rounds it out.
I just love the Valkyrie. I love the uniforms. I love the girls. I think that team is made up of Victorians, New Zealand players, and Western Australians, and it's great to have them here competing and having an opportunity to play high performance. And we're just getting ready to get to MVPs. You took Persinger, so I'm going to take... I really wanted Persinger, but I think I'm going to go Emney for the Vics. And for South Australia, you've got Scutchings. So I'm going to go Mackenzie Smith.
Yeah, Mackenzie Smith had a great game today, multiple goals. And not just the goals she scored, but the control she had in attack as well.
Yeah, she really led that offense. She's a bit sneaky. She's a little player, so nothing wrong with that. She was able to sneak on and off and then just play her role. They brought her on for a power play and she was able to capitalise. So she knows her role and she played it well.
Just on the goalies, we had Maggie Ellerman for South Australia with 10 saves. Anushka Kartik, and again we thank her family in India for watching live and free on the Australian Lacrosse Network. 7 saves for Anushka.
Great job.
And also great to see the SA Division 1 girls come out to say congratulations to their fellow South Australians.
Yeah, awesome.
Really, I really love how those teams. It's actually taken a couple of years for that second group of South Australians to fit in, I suppose, for lack of a better word.
Yep.
And it's really good to see them getting some respect from the senior teams. I do remember a couple of years ago we had a president's team made up of all South Australians. Probably didn't quite get the same level of respect.
Okay.
But the way it is now is fantastic, and the way it should be, where South Australians or Victorians, it doesn't matter, are supporting each other. The girls just lining up now.
And the South Australians just cleaning up. The South Australian red team is now just cleaning up the sticks of the South Australian A girls so the Victorians can start their warm-up Victorian boys as they're walking out onto the grass.
I've had it mentioned to me, Shandell, that at the end of a girls' game, the boys are so quick to move in. But at the end of the boys' game, the girls are so respectful and just lets everything finish up. I've never noticed it before until it was mentioned to me, so I guess that's because I've probably been one of those boys.
To be fair, at box, it's just get in. Like, when you got the opportunity, that game's over, you're taking that patch.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, MVP.
Oh, look at you, Georgia Mackenzie Smith. Oh, you are 2 from 2 today on, 2 from 4, I suppose, so far. 1 for each team.
I didn't mind Alan, though, too, but
yeah,
Mackenzie Smith was very good.
Well done to Georgia Mackenzie Smith.
And let's see who Victoria is awarding their MVP to. We're just waiting for Beck Keller to finish chatting. These head coaches from these South Australian teams.
Beck's a teacher too. She doesn't mind having a chat.
Persinger. We're going all right today, Pete.
No, that's Rosso.
Oh, sorry. Rosso, number 1.
Yeah, I didn't think it was Persinger.
I thought I could see a 9, but it's just because the way the 1 was bending on her shirt. All right, well, look, we'll wrap up this game now. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. It might be a bit of a delay game start, just like as this one was delayed as well. So we will be back very soon. I would say tune in 15 minutes just to make sure you don't miss the start of the game in case it does go early. We do have a national anthem to get through too. So we'll be back live and free for this championship game of Victoria versus South Australia. Until then, thanks to the players who just participated and played in that match for the Division 2 Championship, Victoria A and South Australia A. Thanks, Pete, Blake. I think Jazz was up on the camera. It's been a great crew, and we'll be back very soon. From the crease to crowd, you're watching the Australian Lacrosse Network.